All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for clicking on the video. Today we have another excellent 3DO Mortal Kombat 2 video showcasing some of the extras in this version. Now, the last time I showed a video on this, I was so excited and hyped to play it, I forgot to show some of the extras that are included in this version that Shaun has put together. Once again, I will leave the link to his channel, so you can check out anything you want to in regards to this wonderful version that is currently being made. So when I played last time, all I did was jump into arcade mode and start playing. You'll notice versus mode and arena tour. We're going to check this out today. So arena tour, one very cool thing about this version is every arena in this game has several variations to it. So when you're checking out Arena Tour, if you push low kick or low punch respectively, you will cycle through the different variations of each stage. Now, you can take a look at every stage, move left and right, up and down. You'll notice the stages are very detailed. You push low kick, it'll switch to a different variation. You notice the clouds in the back, it's a little darker out, you got the stars in the back. Click it again, you have this different looking background. And it's very cool. It's just you know, a little bit of extra detail thrown in to keep things interesting. Now, every stage is included in this, along with 2 extra stages, and I'll explain those after I cycle through them. But basically, you know, it just leaves more variety. It doesn't change the gameplay at all, but it's very cool to look at. So as you can see, I'm switching through the different variations, and they all look pretty cool. So I believe, what is that? Is that 5 or 6? And then if you push the left trigger or the right trigger, you'll scroll to the next stage. And this is just something to check out the stages. There's no actual gameplay when you do this, but you can just kind of look at every stage and the detail and what's gone into, like, look, you got the spikes on the top there. We all know they're there, but now you can see them. You can just scroll up, take a look. And then once again, you got variations. So it looks like a bit of a darker background. If you look closely, you can kind of see mountains, what looks like water, but very cool. And this one here, you have the sky looking all crazy. Lots of detail. Now again, you can play with all the original stages if you want. This one here looks almost futuristic. You got the moons in the back. Very cool. And the music is all from the arcade. Very, very cool. This one here looks like it's almost placed in like the desert or something. So there you have it. There's that stage. Shao Kahn's Arena. How can this one get any better? How can this one look any cooler? You got Sonya and Kano. Shao Kahn's prisoners. Different variations. More cloud coverage in this one. Looks kind of like a near end of day type vibe going on. This one you have more detail. Again, the mountains. Almost like this arena is, again, in the middle of the desert or something. Very cool. This one, I really like this one. I think that looks pretty badass. Like a nighttime arena battle. Very, very cool. This one again, even darker. So cool. It's really cool that Shaun put the attention into doing this, the detail into these stages. And I think when you're playing on them, it's just a visual. It gives that visual, a different visual appearance. Keeps things interesting. I like that. So again, low punch and a low kick will scroll through the stage variations. here we go. The portal stage. Very, very cool. You'll notice in this one it is missing the huts on the side, but I believe those huts that were on the side were only included in the Plus version anyways, MK2 Plus. But variations to this stage are very cool also. You'll notice this one almost looks like a version of the portal in Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Kind of looks like it. This one here, a little busy. Looks like the same background with the moons as in the other stage, the Combat Tomb, I believe it was. But very cool. It's just cool that you have the option to switch between these. And so I'm going to show you too how to actually use these stages in the game itself. If you go into Arena Tour right now as it stands, if I was to leave this right now and then jump into the arcade game, it would use this palette for the stage backgrounds, I believe, for every stage. Meaning, if I switch over to the next stage right now, you'll see that the background is slightly different. However, if I switch it again to this one and then go to the next stage, you'll see it is switched again. So that's all that means. Let's take it back to the original. Next, we have the Living Forest stage. This is my forest. This is my favorite stage in Mortal Kombat 2. I love the Living Forest. I love how the trees growl. I love I just love the way this looks. It's very creepy. You got the dead, what looks like a dead soldier. Almost looks like he's wearing a Raiden hat. You have Jade peeking around the back, around the trees. You have smoke, I believe, poking out of the trees as well. Different variations of this stage. Let's take a look. It's a change in color there. More of a dark blue background. You got a green background there that makes it look more acid poolish. How about that? And you got this red late day version of the Living Forest. Very cool. And then this one looks more like a barren jungle type Living Forest with the greens in the back. That looks very, very cool. There you have, back to the original. So now, what could they do with this stage? Look at the layers too. The way the foreground and the background move, you can actually see there's a lot of depth to these stages. Very, very impressive. And you have this variation, a different dragon altogether. This one's cool. It doesn't have the layers like the original, but again, it's cool to see new takes on old stages. I really do appreciate that Shaun has thrown this into this version. This one here looks very cool. This reminds me of Super Castlevania, to be honest, from a different viewpoint. There's a level in Super Castlevania where the stage rotates around you, and as soon as I saw this one, that's what I thought of. But again, just another variation to a great, fantastic stage. We got this one here, which looks like you're in a cave or something almost. Very cool. And then this one, of course, you have a Dracula-looking castle in the back. Again, it's a different take on the stage itself. Looks cool, right on. And back to the original. In my opinion, you can't beat the original on this one. Very cool. Now we have the acid pool, the dead pool. Foreground, all the chains hanging, looks really good. What other variations do we have of this stage? You have this one here from the Super Nintendo. The red sky reminds me of the Super Nintendo. But that's cool. And here you have the green clouds in the background, as if the acid from the pool has affected your eyes and how you see things. Very cool. Mountains in the back there you can see, again. And then you have stars in the back of this one, if you can see that. It's like a dark sky. Very cool. Solid green on this one. And back to the red sky. So very, very cool. Now, one of my favorite stages again. I love the Pit 2 Fatality is my favorite variation of the pit. You can scroll down. It does stop. But you got Blaze and Hornbuckle in the back there. What are the variations of this stage? Very cool. Simplified. It's almost like you are on the bridge that was in the background of the original. Another cool stage here. Really looks like you're very high up in the sky in this one. Got the sun in the back. Sun setting or rising, depending on how you look at it. Very cool. Again, you have a midday, almost like a midday scene here, almost like they shouldn't be fighting on the bridge, but having a picnic instead. So that's very cool. And then you have the original again. So the variations for that stage, excellent. Lots of detail in this one, lots of layers and detail. Very cool. The music's awesome too. That's just a, it looks like a color swap. A little bit darker. Dark again. Is there anything changing in the back of this one? This one's a little darker with stars. Stars shining. A little brighter. This is a cool take on this stage. You can see the red water in the back. Almost looks like the water is blood. Very cool. And then I believe you have the original again. So you got Goro's Lair, the secret stage, where you fight Jade, Noob, Saibot, Smoke. And are they included in this one yet? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they are. Different variation. Looks like you have layers to the background there now. You have the glowing eyes, which is always a very cool part of this stage. Looks good. You got the blood on the wall. Next variation. Again, a little darker, but no glowing eyes, so it just looks empty in the back, but kind of makes it creepy. A little creepier without the glowing eyes too, because you have no idea what's back there. Very cool. Red sky. Looks good. And then you have a gray sky in the background. Again, adds to the creepiness of this stage. And I believe we're back at the original. So next stage, so you have this 3DO exclusive stage, which is basically a desert in the background. You got the 3DO logo right there in the middle. Very cool. There are variations to this stage. See a little more in the background, a little more going on back there. Now you can see there's a 3DO in the sand there, right in the middle. Very, very cool. I like that. Paying homage to this wonderful system, the Panasonic 3DO, which back in the day went for $700. I remember in Canada where I was living, and not a lot of people had the 3DO, that's for sure. Now this, it looks like the cases to Mortal Kombat games in the back, or movie posters or something. Whatever the case, lots of artifacts in the sand in the background. Very cool. Same thing, sky looks different. Awesome. the original. So we're back at square one here. Now there is one extra stage included in this. It's a bonus stage right now. And I can't show it because this version that I got, it needs to be corrected. So if you're familiar with Jade from Neon Bitchy, her channel, if you check her out, she is also doing beta testing for this version of Mortal Kombat for the 3DO. If you check her channel out, she shows off a lot of what's going on in this game as well. She is included in the game as an Easter egg. You know what? I'll show you. You know what? Check out her video and you'll see. Once I get the version that's corrected, I can show it off. But right now, as it stands, it's a little bit pixelated. There's a bit of an issue with it, with her stage itself. So we will show that in another video. Now, versus mode lets you check out a few things, which is cool. Versus mode is just, you can practice against the computer, you can practice against someone else. First off, every character has 9 different colors. I'm going to show you something first. 2, 3, 4, 5. So Sub-Zero, if you push the right trigger or the left trigger, you'll use different colors for the character. Now, here's a bit of an Easter egg. I'm not going to tell you how to do it yet, but let's play on the Living Forest stage. And pay attention to the background. Let me know if you see anything unusual. Fight. So Jade and the Smoke will hop out behind trees usually. You're familiar with that, right? Well, if you notice, who on earth is that poking out behind that tree? Interesting. That guy kind of looks familiar, doesn't he? So let's head over to the left side of the screen. Why not? Let's see if we can get Raiden down there. Oh my goodness, who is that peeking out from behind the tree? So, if you think that guy looks familiar, yes, it is me. Shaun has incorporated myself into this stage. It's a very, very cool Easter egg. How you get myself to pop out, well, I'm not going to tell you in this video. When the game itself is finished, then you will know. But that is one Easter egg. And Shaun, thank you so much for adding me. It was such a cool privilege, cool honor to be included in a game that I love so much. And this version is definitely coming along nicely. There's still issues, obviously, with every character. Things have to be included, taken out, fixed. But that is part of the beta testing process. Right there you can see I froze him, and I didn't even shoot ice behind me. So there you have it. Versus mode, very cool. The inclusion of that goofball in the back behind the trees, very cool. Finish him. Finishing moves aren't included yet. But there you have it. So you can choose any character you want, and you can just play. You can just play against the computer, or you can play against another human opponent. So if you choose Katana here, I believe it's her second. Yeah, I believe it's this shade of gray. Now Jade explained this in her video. It ends up being Neon Bitchy, and then you can actually play on a custom stage made in honor of Jade from Neon Bitchy's YouTube channel. We will show that in a later video, as there's a bug that's got to be worked out according to Shaun. So every character has 9 different color palettes, which is great. This is something that I think they should have included in the arcade way back in the day. Kung Lao. Like, look at this one. I like the red. I like this one right here. The green logo on him I think looks awesome. Johnny Cage with the different pant colors. Very cool. And like I said, every character has, I believe, 9 different color swaps. Reptile Hero almost looking like Scorpion with a couple of his colors. This one in particular. But you can tell because of his stance, Reptile has that cool open palm stance of his. Jax, different colors on the stripe. Jade, same thing. Now it's something that's just, it's so simple, there's not much to it, but it's something they should have included, I believe, back in the day in the arcade version. Just different colors. The arcade had 2 colors for every character, and it was basically if you were doing a mirror match against your opponent, that's when it would show. But you got Melina here almost with scarlet type red. Very cool. Baraka. Very subtle changes in his costume, but cool nonetheless. And then Scorpion with almost the Ermac style red there. Very cool. Raiden. Different color swaps here. Once again, very cool. So that's what this video was covering today, ladies and gentlemen. If you watched it, thank you for checking it out. This game is definitely a work in progress, but things are moving along nicely. It's looking good. And it's an honor to play through this game in this beta testing process. So let's use the this extra stage, and we'll finish here. Fight. It's another cool stage. One thing you'll notice in this so far, if you sweep the opponent, you can always walk in and throw them for the most part. Does block your get over here! Get over here! Excellent. There you have it. Round 2. We will finish off by beating Reptile, hopefully. Get over here! Beautiful. Come here! One thing too that I forgot to mention in the last video too is the blood. The blood in this sits on the ground there and kind of soaks in the ground. It's a very cool feature. Excellent. Beautiful. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching the video. Thank you to Shaun once again for the opportunity to test this fantastic game. I will leave the link to his channel in the description. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day.